Hi, my name is Brittany Winningham, and I want to inform you about the status of my school and how we can continue to progress in a positive direction based on the current and past data and what we want in our future goals. First of all, data is extremely important when evaluating where our school is currently at now, if we met our previous goals in the past, and to help determine what our new goals should be placed for the continued growth and success of our school. In the next few slides, you will see various forms of data that was taken in consideration to show the current state of our school. Some data that was included are results of previous improvement plans or the goals of previous improvement plans, the school's demographic data, testing results from previous years, as well as retention and attendance rates. This is the current demographics of our school. As you can see, our biggest population is Hispanic, that is making up 53% of our school, and following them is Pacific Islander population, which is primarily made of Marshallese, making up of 25% of the total population in our school. This is a very diverse area with the two main subgroups making up 78% of the school. This is much higher compared to the district as a whole, whose leading population is primarily white. Our school also has a high percent of limited English proficient students or LEP students, as well as economically disadvantaged students. When evaluating the data presented in the next few slides, it is important to remember to see if we are continuing to meet the school's vision and mission statement. These statements help all stakeholders involved to pursue positive growth, strive to meet goals for the school, teachers, students, families, and other community members or stakeholders within the district. Without these statements, it can become difficult to see the end result of where we wish to see our school in the future. These statements serve as a compass that drives the direction of the school. Our current school vision states that together as a community, we create a climate where active learners are pushed to excel, provide opportunities to succeed, and encouraged to develop and pursue their dreams. Our current mission statement states at our school, we are to prepare our students for the future by teaching not only the core curriculum, but also respect, responsibility, and the importance of leading a life of integrity. It's important to keep these in mind when working on an improvement plan to make sure we are keeping our goals of our mission and vision in mind during that process. As of right now, the school is meeting several goals. With the exception of Park in the last 2 years of taking the benchmark, students have shown improvement across all grade levels in literacy. Teachers are continuing to show growth by implementing reading strategies to help students in literacy, which is reflected in the benchmark scores that they have taken in the past. And finally, the overall culture and climate of the school has improved. Students are receiving more praise, and much more of their work is hung out in the halls for parents and other stakeholders and community members who come in the building to see. Parents are participating more in school-wide functions that are in the school that the school is currently offering throughout the year as well. Below is a graph of the overall success of our students who took the benchmark in the 2012 through 2013 year, as well as the 2013-2014 school year. As shown, literacy scores for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students across all grade levels show that students improved in the literacy component towards the end of the 2013-14 year compared to the 2012-2013 year from before. The biggest improvement was with the 3rd and 4th grade students, which showed an improvement of a little over 8% separately. This also met the goal of the previous improvement plan, which was to have at least 70% achievement across all grade levels. Although the 3rd and 4th grade barely achieved this goal with 70%, they are still continuing to work with their teachers and classroom strategies and work to their goals of the standards and Common Core to improve the overall success in their classroom. Here below is how students did on the 2015-2015 new park assessment that replaced the benchmark that year. Based on the results, none of the students or less than 10 met the expectations. Majority, or about 45% of the third grade student population, did not yet meet expectations according to this test, and only 23% of the third graders approached the expectations. In the fourth grade, 20% of the students did not meet expectations, 30% partially met them, while only about 27 were able to approach the expectation. Fifth grade students did the best out of the three grades, with about 67% partially meeting or approached the expectations, leaving only 14% not meeting them at all. There are several factors that could have influenced the results that we need to keep in mind, especially with the new test that was implemented. One of which is this being a new testing format that students may not be completely comfortable with yet and may take time for them to get used to. Overall, the school has improved in the literacy area, which was the highest priority in the past couple years on previous improvement plans. Student achievement has shown an overall positive correlation the past couple years with the success of teaming up with the ESL department within the district, including additional professional development for the school leaders and the teachers. The school improved meeting needs of all the students, placing more focus on LEP students and the economically disadvantaged by implementing new strategies and programs for the school and for in the classroom. The school has provided additional opportunity and resources for parents to help their child at home. Implementing the after-school program has inc- has also helped struggling students improve several aspects that focus on reading, writing, as well. By specifically focusing on specific needs of the students, they were able to show growth within their results, both in and outside of the classroom. Now we're going to focus on the mathematics benchmarks of the 2012-13 school year as well as the 2013-14 school year. Although based on the results, third grade did very well. Fourth and fifth grade showed little or no improvement though. Students in the fifth grade only had a 3.6% growth, raising those who were proficient in advance from the previous year 2012-2013 at 61% to 64% in the 2013-2014 school year. Fourth grade students, on the other hand, decreased on student achievement on these tests if students were proficient or advanced, lowering them from 79.71% in the 2012-2013 school year to 70%, which is almost a 10% decrease difference between the 2 years. With little improvement from the fifth grade and the decrease of improvement in the fourth shows that more focus needs to be placed in the mathematics to ensure higher student achievement overall. Like we did before with literacy, let's look at the PARCC results from the math section in the year 2014-2015. Similar to the literacy results, grades 3rd through 5th, fewer than 10 were able to meet grade level expectations. In the third grade, 1/5 of the students were not able to meet the expectations at all, while 36% partially met them and 34% were able to approach them. Fourth grade did well by having fewer than 10 not meet the expectation and had 42.5% partially meet them and 38.8% approach expectations. Fifth graders had the largest population who did not meet the expectations with 25% or 1/4 of the population in that grade level. About 43% were only able to partially meet expectations and 26 could only approach them. These results showed that improvements could still be made in this area. Although this was the first year the test was implemented, there are factors that could have affected the results, such as student comfort levels during the first year of implementation of this test. Based on student achievement, here is what we gathered on the success of our students. First of all, scores are not consistent from year to year in math. Between the past 3 years, third grade has shown various growth, both positive and negative, while scores have remained low for the fourth and fifth grade students. Based on the subgroup population, students who were male, LEP, or economically disadvantaged show among the lowest scores compared to other subgroups in the population of the school. Majority of the time, many who scored proficient or advanced in these low scoring subgroups were below 70%. We as a school can implement more resources to help these struggling students prevent students to fall further behind. These are some of the goals we wish to have to improve the math achievement in the school and think will be helpful for our students. First, we can implement new programs to help students become more successful in achieving math standards, give more resources to parents to reinforce what they are learning at school at home with them. We want to have a goal of 75% or higher becoming more proficient or advanced in math and continuing to improve the culture and climate of the school. We want to implement more resources and have more opportunities for families and communities to also become more involved with our school and our students so they can be more motivated and more successful in the work they are trying to do there. Here are some ways that we can involve the community and stakeholders in our school. Community can play a huge factor with overall school improvement, culture and climate of the school, as well as the student achievement. Incorporating more opportunities for families to take part in, such as family math nights. We can find more guest speakers within the community to talk to or work with our students. This can also help motivate them with their own work that they are completing in the classroom. We can take part in more fundraisers and with other stakeholders to get more involvement in. This can help students work towards resources for the school that we need. We can have students share their projects and tasks with their families and communities and make resources more available and be more open about the school's goals so that the stakeholders can understand the direction of the school is wanting to go, which is described in the school's vision and mission statement that we talked about before. Our school also wants to continue to improve the culture and climate of our students, specifically for those who are limited English proficient or LEP and economically disadvantaged. Below is a list of ways we can improve this in our schools. One is to praise and award students for their achievements through whether it's in the classroom or publicly within the school or on our social media pages. That way they can feel important, what they're doing is important and worthwhile. Another is including more traditions and celebrations within our school, something that our students can get excited for and feel a sense of positivity within their walls. Incorporate opportunities for parents and stakeholders to become more involved, such as involving them in the classroom as guest speakers. We can include family nights for our parents and guardians and more school functions that they can take part in, as well as improving the communication between school, teachers, and the parents and communities. This is extremely important in our community because many of our parents and community members are limited English speakers. So having an opportunity or finding more ways that we can include them in our school and communicate with them can help their student or child dramatically in their work by by supporting them at home as well.